Top of the morning to y'all. Welcome back to SCA League Qualifier number 2. We are still in the winner's bracket, round number 1. We'll take a quick look at the brackets. This qualifier, the top 2 teams will qualify, so that includes your loser's bracket champion as well as your winner bracket champion. By the time today's action is done, one team will have secured a spot in the SCA League where a total of $1,500 in prizes are available. I'm LD, and I'm joined here today by my partner in crime. He is Winter.
Hi, I'm back, and the game. Let's go for the game.
So real quickly, let's introduce these teams because I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't very familiar with them. QMX is the Australian organization that Space Monkeys now plays for. Space Monkeys is quite a well-known Malaysian team. Winter, I'm sure, is even more familiar with them than me. They've won the Joint Dota Open 5, the Alienware Malaysia qualifiers. They participate in the last GST Dota 2, which was a fairly exclusive event. They placed 3rd in WCG Malaysia, behind only MUFC and Orange. And they're a solid team. I think they're certainly the more experienced team in Dota 2.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and they had a lot of roster changes from what I've seen lately. They brought in Lucky. He was actually a very old school player, where he played all the Dota 1 tournaments for Team W4SI. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but they're a pretty well-known team in Malaysia at the time.
Can't remember. I think I've probably heard of them, but it's not ringing a bell. Over on the other side, we have Pacific.Neolution ES. They're formerly known as Neolution Philippines, or Neolution PH. For anyone who's wondering why is every team Neolution, well, it's because they sponsor like 6 or 7 teams in the Southeast Asia region, including Winter's old team Orange. So they have really been. Basically, they're just throwing 20 darts at the board and gonna find out which one sticks. They're probably the most active Filipino Dota 2 team, I'd say, after MSI, Evo, TNC, who have been playing it longer and more consistently than any other team. The results have not really been that good. And according to my inside information, Ren, who actually works for Pacific Esports, he says he thinks the main reason they're struggling is because they're missing their carry player, who is known as King. I don't think he's in this game. He refuses to play Dota 2. So we'll see how that factors into this match.
Yeah, Pinoys, they really love their Dota 1 a lot.
You can't bottle crows easily. It's just, the way the couriers work and the hotkeys. I don't know, Winter. How can Pinoys possibly adapt? If they can't bottle crow, is all lost.
They will adapt when everyone switches to Dota 2 in Philippines, and when they start to play bad matches on Dota 2, everything will change. It's just about time. Time will be the factor when they will adapt and change.
And actually, I think it's very timely that you bring that up, because the latest patch from Valve makes the game load much quicker, which it makes it hard to play when every game you're trying to join a pub game and your first 2 or 3 loads just keep on failing. Because in the Philippines, the computers generally are not that good at the LAN cafe. So the new patch, Valve is making strides towards making the game more accessible, and as it becomes more accessible there, we hopefully will see more play for them. I gotta say, I think they've been playing some Dota 2 because I like the way they're starting off their draft.
It's actually not to mention that they don't have very good internet either in the Philippines, because when we were there and we were trying to play some Dota 2 games, so it was really, really hard to get a decent game because the internet is not stable, and that's one of the main reasons why Pinoys are still sticking to Dota 1, because of the LAN mode available for Dota 1. You don't have to worry about internet issues, but for Dota 2 you just have to play it on Steam and online. There's no other way.
Yeah, you can't play on LAN, which is what most players in the Philippines, they go to a LAN cafe. It's very cheap, and you just play a bunch of LAN games with your friends. All the tournaments, of course, are on LAN, but hey, it's a new age in Dota 2, and I will say I think Valve will get it right eventually, but it may be 6 months, a year before the game has really penetrated the Philippines. So with all that being said, Winter, I think we can start talking about this game. Neolution PH, they had the 2nd pick. They went for Keeper Lifestealer, which can be anything, really. You can go aggressive tri-lane. The Lifestealer doesn't do too bad against Darkseer. If you give him some regen, if you give him a little support, he can pretty much handle the Darkseer in lane, but we'll see what they go for. And the response from QMX, they pick up the single best hero to deal with a Lifestealer in the game. It's the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, and talk about Darkseer and Shadow Demon, our favorite duo of illusions.
Don't pick Phantom Lancer. It's a trap. It's a trap. I don't think they will.
Oh,
I guess they could. I don't know. We'll see.
Keeper of the Light. You know, they let them pick up the Keeper of the Light, and they just purposely leave the Phantom Lancer, and they have Darkseer and Shadow Demon. They're like, pick the Phantom Lancer, come on, we need armies of illusions of our own.
10
Oh
seconds
boy,
remaining.
never enough illusions, I must say. And well, QMX they
5
go for the
seconds
TA
remaining.
here, and if Neo PH, they've got to have their eyes on that solo mid. But I mean, who do you pick? Because if you don't pick that solo mid up now, everyone who can deal with TA is going to get banned out.
I wouldn't say entirely everyone because Broodmother and Venomancer are actually two heroes also, but they are least favored in the meta game now. These two heroes can really shut down the TA in
Wait,
mid lane.
are we going to see the solo mid brood return to prominence?
We never know. We never know.
Winter revealing all his top secret strats for his new team, and he hasn't even announced the team yet. So there you go. Neo PH, they are going to opt for the Lone Druid, and I wonder if they're thinking about putting it mid, because we've seen Lone Druid does pretty well against TA 1v1 if micro properly, but let's see what they do. This is a versatile pick.
You know what Neolution is saying? Haha, you can't copy my Spirit Bear.
Can't really copy. I mean, the Lifestealer, copying him doesn't really help you too much either, so I think this is it's a smart response to the Darkseer.
Yeah, Darkseer and Shadow Demon are going to cause all sorts of trouble to Phantom Lancer later on.
Oh, and you know what? If that most likely, I think we're going to see that offensive Tri-Lane, the Lifestealer Keeper +1, and then Lone Druid has a whale of a time against Darkseer. He can really dominate him in the lane.
I think Darkseer still stands a chance in the lane because as the Darkseer to lane well against the Lone Druid, the first thing you have to do is creep skip. After you clear the creeps, you have to run back to the tower quickly to harass the Lone Druid with your Iron Shot on the hero. So because when it reaches the point where he's level 5, he's able to entangle you, it'll be very difficult from then on. It all depends on how the Darkseer plays the few early levels. If he's able to harass the Lone Druid a lot during the first few levels, he'll be having an easier time later.
Let's see what they do. The one thing that we should... I think the conclusion here is they have options. Lone Druid can go mid against TA. He can offlane. They could throw him 1v1 against Darkseer. They could offensive Tri-Lane with the Lifestealer. Or they could put him in the safe lane. Keeper of the Light obviously loves that. He can stack the creeps and farm away. So literally any lane combination you want is open to them. And strangely enough, the team with the Keeper is banning the PL. But hey, they've already got Druid and Lifestealer. I think a PL would be just a wee bit greedy.
And I think they're worried about
the Shadow
QMX having too much illusions. Too many illusions is not good for them. Lifestealer can't lifesteal and can't deal AoE damage to clear out the illusions.
Let's see.
And actually QMX has the options open to pick up Phantom Lancer for themselves.
The one thing they're a bit lacking in right now is stuns. They literally have nothing. They've got disruption, that's it. And the one weakness of the Shadow Demon in this game is you can't disrupt everything. You can't deal with the Lifestealer and the Lone Druid. So if either of those heroes has a good time, or if both of them do rather, then you're going to be in trouble. So let's see what they go for. I'd love to see something, I guess the Mag's still in the pool. Some sort of team fight, some sort of stun, something to combo with the Shadow Demon. And in fact, Neo PH hasn't banned anything. There's the Lina, there's the Leshrac, so I think most likely QMX is going to have their eyes on something like that.
I don't think they'll go for the Mag already because they have a Darkseer which can take the off lane and Templar Assassin can take middle lane. The primary hero they need is a carry right now, and unless they decide to run a Mag as carry, well, I don't think they're going to be picking up the Mag.
Let's see what they go for. They need that combo here with Shadow Demon. They need something to follow up the disruption.
Leshrac or Lina.
Yeah, and they're both available.
The thing is, both of them would be very vulnerable against the Lifestealer during the midpoint.
Yeah, the only thing they have to deal with that, well, I guess they have Surge. They have
Surge,
some way.
yeah.
Surge, Disruption, and eventually the Purge, but I mean, even so, it's not a full solution because there's going to be other heroes there. You can't just shut down the Lifestealer.
There's also going to be a Spirit Bear hitting you with maybe a Radiance or a Maelstrom, something like that. And Disruption is only going to save one guy.
Neo PH, I wonder if they have their mid yet either. Because, you know, we could see Lone Druid mid. It's not super common, but...
I'm hoping they go for Slardar here, QMX. Slardar actually synergizes well with their lineup, minus armor, and he provides a very good AoE stun control. And there's a combination with the Vacuum and Slithering Crush. And not to
5
mention,
seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Demon's Soul Catcher helps the Slaughter a lot. Oh, they're going for a Sand King
Radiant
instead of a
team
Slaughter.
pick.
And, well, there's your stun, and there's also your follow-up for the Shadow Demon, but at the same time, very level-dependent support, and isn't going to offer any lane control, really.
But I like the Sand King pickup a lot, because Sand King is one of those supports which he can easily defend himself against carries, which are able to chase and right click him down. He has Sandstorm and a very mobile Bottle Strike.
10
It makes him
seconds
very
remaining.
hard to target down, and at this point, I really understand that why
5
QMX is
seconds
picking him up. They want a
remaining.
supporter that's able to escape and be mobile in the fights against the Lifestealer and their own Druid.
It also gives them some punch, and, well, this is a bit of a blast from the past, I want to say, with the Ancient Apparition pickup here. Oh, interesting. And then an
Talk
immediate
about-
Chaos Knight pick.
Talk about stuns.
What?
No death.
What is going on here? This is a very awkward, I guess, defensive tri-lane from QMX. This is very bizarre.
They do have the liberty to choose whether they want to go offensive tri-lane with Sand King, Shadow Demon, and CK. It's a very formidable tri-lane.
Well, I tell you one thing they aren't lacking for is setup stuns.
10 seconds
They've got,
remaining.
I guess Burrow Strake's not really a setup stun at the early levels, but you've got Disruption and you've got
5
Chaos Bolt.
seconds remaining.
They heard you, LD. You were saying that they lack stuns. QMX lacks stuns, and now
Reserve
Sand
time.
King and Chaos Knight.
Well, they got their stuns, that's for damn
5
sure.
seconds
And
remaining.
Neo PH, you mentioned the Slardar for them. Oh no, they're gonna go with the Prophet. So a little bit.
my
Oh,
God.
look at this global strat here. We've got Recall, we've got Infest, now we've got Prophet, and the AA can throw his ult and everywhere. This is a very mobile team.
The thing is, talk about stuns on the illusion side.
Yeah, little lacking there as well. They've got the Cold Feet, Open Wounds. That's about it. Like that combo will set up.
They
a stun.
don't even have a proper stun other than the cold feet.
And Cold Feet's really not a proper stun. It's a stun that needs a setup to make it work.
Okay, I'll give them an excuse. They have Mana Leak. Mana Leak is still a stun.
God, Winter, such a noob. Must you say wrong things all the time? For anybody tuning in, I'm sure I see a lot of people joining the stream now. So very quickly, this is qualifier number 2. The
10
top 2
seconds
teams from the
remaining.
qualifier, your winner bracket champions and your loser bracket champions. Those 2 teams move on into the main event, which will be played out over the next 2.5 weeks or so. This is day 1 of the qualifier. The winners bracket will be decided by the time today is over. The losers bracket will be decided tomorrow. So we'll know one of the teams that's moving on by the time today's action is done. With all that being said, let's introduce the teams on the Dire side. We've got QMX Dan, one of the greatest eco builds I've ever seen. Literally no regen, just 3 branches, rushing that on the Shadow Demon. Sentries and Observers picked up, and they're going to go defensive, which I think is the right choice. Sure, they've got a lot of stuns, but it's a double melee tri-lane with a Sandcade who's not good at level 1. Insidious C on the Chaos Knight. We have B-Boy on the Dark Seer. Looks like he might start in the jungle and then transition bottom, and then Smiles on the Sand King with a smoke picked up.
The smile is actually Hankiki from Flash before.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And you know the Echo build that Dan did, the greedy Echo build, is actually highly suggested by Black Shatan from
30
N9. He actually
seconds to battle.
told us that it's actually better than having a set of tangles. You can just get your bottle faster. He always does that as well with his TA.
So basically you use your first refraction charge, you get a couple last hits, so you get the bottle.
Yeah, and for Neolution, Pacific.Neolution, we have the twins on the Lone Druid, Mehehe on the Keeper of the Light, KRR on the Ancient Apparition, VL on the Lifestealer,
The battle
and last but not least, Lenimon on the Nature's Prophet.
Offlane Prophet looks like he will start in the lane. He summoned Trance, then he lucks into a... Well, these Trance aren't going anywhere. There's just 4 heroes. Hello and goodbye. And the lone Trance scrambles away, but not going to be able to pull. May just want to transition to the jungle. We'll see what he do. The Filipino teams, especially in Dota 1, they love to just sit on cliffs and farm with Prophet. So you see him just sitting up on this cliff. Or in Dota 1, you can also sit like right here as a Puck or a Prophet. And I'm looking over at the Dire
There's
jungle.
one thing I want to say about the cliffs thing. The first time we went to Philippines as Orange to boot camp, we were like, where is that Prophet in the... He's not in the lane, why is he getting levels? Where is he? He's not in the jungle, we're trying to look for him, and... Oh, let's check the replay. Okay, I didn't know we could do that. Then someone tells us you could do that after the Ice Fog removed the fog from the map.
Yeah, there's so many. There's also this on the Dire Ancients. There's a little cliff trick here on the. If you're here like Puck, you can just orb into the trees and then you can auto attack the Ancients. So there's all kinds of crazy shenanigans, and the Pinoy players are probably I would say the best and the most experienced at doing it. I see it so much for them, and it's something you really don't see a lot from say the Chinese players, or I guess they're the only ones who really play Dota 1 too much anymore. But anyway, enough about that. That's neither here nor there. Prophet is still in the lane, and he's still getting nothing. Darkseer just abandoned the lane from the start. Wow. TA not having fun. It looks like Keeper is spamming some Illuminates across the river. And this eco build, well, the bottle's coming, but was it worth it? She's not having fun.
The Furion. Where is the Furion? Does he have TP? Does he have TP?
Oh, they're going again. Refraction is up. Now the Cold Feet does have a point, and Meld could juke this. Ah! That was close. He gets away though.
Yeah. Oh, I was paying attention whether the Furion is level 2, because he saw the career coming and I thought he would be trying something cheesy.
Oh, he is trying something cheesy. He's trying to farm the Ancients. Unfortunately, he got the ranged Ancients, the Dragons, and he messed up the stack. Or maybe he wasn't trying to stack.
Look at closely what he's doing. He's using one trend there to give vision, because generally when you do this, you need vision on the ramp so that you can just keep hitting from the trees inside. And he's using, don't think... I would prefer that he has a ward there, but using his strength is fine though, just that he has a timer on it, and he has to keep summoning.
Oh, here comes that Smoke Axe. Sand King as well as Shadow Demon on the move. Level 2 up on Sand King. Still that level 1 Burrow Strike. Are they hunting the Prophet? I think they might be. They're waiting for him. They think he's at the tower. They want to go for him with this creep wave, but he's not there. Will he run into them?
Oh, they're gonna run him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't do it, Lennon. Don't do it. He gets spotted out, but they don't have the vision for the disruption. And he should be just fine. Lucky's still chasing, but not going to be enough.
And I think that they could probably wait for the Shadow Demon to reach his level 2 to have one level on the Soul Catcher, because even if they caught him out there, the Sand King and Shadow Demon, they're not going to kill the Prophet.
Well, they thought he was at the tower. They wanted to go with the Chaos Knight, and of course, just...
Yeah, they have the massive creeps as well. They should try to damage the tower now. Probably, yeah, they can take it.
I gotta say, this laning stage is looking fantastic for Pacific.Neolution, really. They're very level dependent. They have a lot of heroes who need to farm. Lifestealer's getting free farm. Druid's getting free farm. And Prophet not having much. Oh, he's in trouble. He's in a pickle. He's gonna get caught and picked off. I don't even know why he's in the lane. He's trying to slow down the push, but realistically, you just don't want to be here.
The safer way should be just using your trance, and your hero should be like 10,000 miles away. Yeah. And look at the mid lane. They're going on him again.
Yeah, Sentry Ward gets dropped, and this is... Dan can't pull that same trick twice. He was trying to bottle Crow, but it's not going to be enough. And
who's bottle crowing? Not the Philippine team.
Pinoy is getting bottle Crow. Now I've seen it all. The funny...
They only have one career. They're not gonna bottle Crow.
Yeah, they don't really bottle Crow in Dota 2, actually. The one team that's played a lot of... The one team that's played a lot of Dota 2 is, well, it's now MSI TNC, but it was just TNC Gaming. They never bottle Crow, and they were the main Pinoy team that was playing a lot of Dota 2 for a while. I think it's the courier selection and the way it works is just kind of annoying. And I feel like the courier is not as easy to control as is in Dota 1, and certainly they're not as comfortable with it.
You have to use set group controls and just do it separate for both the courier setting. You just can't set it as the courier setting, because it will just be very confusing because you have two couriers.
Yeah, if you have two couriers, whichever one was... Oh, B-boy. Not gonna ban a leak. Doesn't have a point yet. So the tier 1 falls top, and I'm a little surprised Prophet's still trying to stand in the lane. I feel like he'd be much better off in the jungle.
The thing is, his teammate is occupying the jungle. Before, the Keeper of the Light, he was stacking a small camp at the start and illuminating them down. And now he's stacking the other camp. I think they could have just let the Prophet to take the small camp and the bigger camp at the mid section and illuminate. The Keeper of Light should just stack the creep waves near his carry, and so that it's more efficient that way. Because since AA, he'll be spending most of his time in the mid lane supporting the Lifestealer, so it's more efficient to have all the jungles use the Prophet using the ones near the mid section towers, and the Keeper of the Light pulling on the lane and stacking the other side. But I don't know why at the start he was stacking the small camp. He could have left it for the Furin.
Smoke number 2. This one was not spotted. They're gonna wrap around. There's no sentries on the ground. What can they find?
They really hate that Nature's Prophet. They're going to look for him again.
Maybe they want to go on mid, but you have to catch AA. You just can't kill the lifesteal. He'll just rage and walk away. And I don't know if they're going to find anything. This is a lot of wasted time. Meanwhile, Pacific.Neolution stacking, farming, jungling, and being much more efficient with their time.
I think what they should have done is just probably try to get more levels first before moving out, because Sand King is just still too low level to try to make ganks more successful. His Burrow Strike needs more range.
It's kind of the weakness of their supports, is they're not the best at killing those stacks. Sure, Shadow Demon's okay once he gets Shadow Poison, but it's not a hero like Lina who's got a bunch of AoE and can quickly mow down the stacks. So I feel they're somewhat forced into this, and it's just a weakness of their draft.
Well, they could still choose to pull creeps and just double stack both the waves and just keep pulling, and until the Shadow Demon. If he plans to go for the neutrals, I'm sure that he will go for Shadow Poison at level 2, but since he went for Soul Catcher, it means that he wants to do something more aggressive than just pulling and farming the neutrals. And Sand King is rotating bottom. They want aggression. Sand King and Shadow Demon, both of them TP bottom. This is a lot of gold.
This is round 3.
Yeah, they use the smoke and they use 2 TPs, and he even chucks the sentry to check if there's a ward in front of the tower.
It is smart though. Here comes the noose is going to close mid. TA's in trouble. Open wounds up now. Cold feeded. And will it proc? It should. Refraction already gone. Now Sprouted, a horrible little prison with the zombie wailing away on her. Chop, 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 and down she goes. Going for the phase drums. Not opting for that early Midas. Druid is in trouble as well. It will Titan here as well. He gets Burrow Striked. He's in melee or range form rather, and he will drop.
He doesn't have even 1 point in the ultimate.
Yeah, a little surprised. He's had such an easy time, I guess that's why, but I mean, for me, I feel it's a mistake not to get a point.
Yeah, you have to be safe. You can't just think that, okay, I'm having an easy time, I just want to be greedy and get my synergy higher level, and he just paid for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's great if they don't gank you, you can just hit a little bit harder, work the creeps down quicker, harass better, but it's not really worth that risk. It's such a big trade-off. Finally they found the opening, and yep, TA's gonna drop a trap, phase booting in. Here comes Chaos Knight, but he's got the rage. Oh, he popped it a little bit early. No, they want the Ancient Apparition. They might be able to get 2 here if they could just Burrow Strike the Lifestealer. He's got Infest, though, and the drums. He is one fast cookie trying to get away, and he should be able to keep her lurking. And wow, look at this ward that they dropped. This is such a good ward by the QMX.
There was the ward where they dropped out before when they were smoking around trying to gank and find the Nature's Prophet, but since they didn't get anything off, Shadow Demon just dropped the ward there. He was just being efficient in the movement. This is something support should always do. When you're on the map ganking, and you should always pay attention where you can place wards when you're roaming around so that you be efficient in your movement. And you don't have to just come back and place the ward later.
They've got 2 amazing lane wards, but they don't really seem to have the openings to use them. And, well, while they were busy trying to set up a gank bottom, or mid lane rather, Prophet started getting levels. He's up to 4. Lone Druid was having a good time bottom as well. Tranquil Boots and 1k and the Gloves of Haste. Looks like he'll be going for that Maelstrom most likely. I don't think he'll go back for Midas this late. It's not super late, but it's a little bit.
I think the Maelstrom build is okay because they have a Lifestealer to be the secondary carry, and okay, you wanted to say something?
Oh, I just thought it was funny because Lifestealer. You know they want to push when he uses Infest just to kill
mid lane.
Here comes Sand King. Burrow Strike only catches the Keeper though, and now Sand King's running away. Will he be able to get out of here in a little bit of trouble? Meanwhile, Disruption on the Lifestealer who doesn't care and just man modes up. There's no Surge. It looks like down the Shadow Demon will fall. Now Lifestealer caught alone, but is he caught or is the Predator? Is the prey? Now the Predator. Here comes the Icy Vortex just to give a little bit of vision. I hear an Illuminate, but it's not going to amount to anything. I'm not sure why they're fighting without the Chaos Knight. Well, he's just pushing top.
Yeah, and when they went in with the Sand King, Chaos Knight didn't even TP to the tower. He had the TP with him. I'm not sure what's going on there.
And you don't pick this hero to farm. There's just better options, but he's just sitting top.
Yeah, I think it was just more of a miscommunication with the team. Chaos Knight is thinking that, oh, I think it's better team to just forgo the tower, but TA and Darkseid were already there trying to defend, and Sand King coming from the side. They were thinking that, okay guys, we should defend this, and the CK was thinking, no, I want to farm. But in the end, they just went in and the CK didn't TP.
Well, when it comes to Golden Experience, the game is very even. The tier 1 is down top for
top lane.
Yeah, they're going to go on Prophet here. Oh, Reality Risk, and then stuns him, and down will go. I think it was the lane ward that gave him a vision when he tried to fog there. Yeah, looks like that lane ward saw him hiding behind the trees.
he just looked a bit awkward when he got reality drift. He sort of seemed like he was stuck in the cave there.
I think he was drunk. Go home, Prophet. You're drunk, and indeed he will go home to sit at the fountain.
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for the global gank when the Keeper of Light reaches level 6 and the lifestealer would just infest someone, and the Keeper of Light would just bring in someone, or the lifestealer would infest the Prophet, and when they're going to gank, Prophet would TP in with the lifestealer, and Keeper of Light would just summon someone.
Oh, these lane wards are so good. They smoke right under the ward after they already were spotted. And that's going to be a total waste. So now it's Pacific.Neolution's turn to waste a little bit of time on a smoke. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're going again on the Druid. He has finally picked up his ult. He did not have it at level 8. He just hit level 9. I think without it, they might have been able to find the kill back to top lane, though, where Sand King is on the run. The Illuminate brings Smiles down to about 10 HP, or Henkiki, I should say. I call him Smiles because, hell, he's got a smiley face. Well, some misfires from both teams.
And the Fury is running from the TA, using the trends to block.
I actually have no idea how he ended up here. I'm sure you can enlighten us in a second, but he should be dropping momentarily. No, TA miscue there, doesn't meld properly, and Prophet might actually escape. He's still running. He is going to get away. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Darkseer trying to backstab the creeps.
I have to be honest, I have no idea why he was there. Probably because of the rune, 12 minutes. I'm not too sure why he was. I was paying attention to something else, but the rune spawn at top is double damage.
I just want to say, I don't think this Chaos Knight is a hero that you want to tower dive. He's got an armlet and shreds, but they're thinking about it anyway. Open wounds to start, turn that armlet on quickly. Actually, he might be able to. Where's the TP reaction? There is none. He's so tanky, but nobody's coming to help. Ult flies out, picks him off. Well, I guess I was wrong. TP was up on the Darkseer. He didn't have much mana. I'm really surprised that nobody came.
The Darkseer was trying to kill the Prophet there actually in the jungle, and Sign King was running to the lane, but he had a TP. Shadow Demon didn't have mana, and TA didn't decide the TP. So I guess they're just...
Yeah, maybe they saw all that and that's why they dove, or maybe they just decided to take a risk. They did have a lane ward up behind the tower, so they knew there was nobody waiting there to protect.
Yeah, taking a trade in middle, and we have to give QMX a lot of credit. Look for the wards. They are having the wards at the most crucial positions overall in the game. They have first the top lane ward, we spotted the smoke and the gang, and now they have another lane ward at bottom.
I love the way that this Darkseer is playing. He's such a nuisance. At the same time, though, if he gets entangled here, he could be in trouble. And B-Boy surges after being entangled. Maybe he's lagging because that's definitely not something you want to do. Now the Prophet TP's in. It's going to sprout him up. He doesn't have vacuum anymore. He's in a lot of trouble. He's got the mech, though. It arrives. Special delivery for B-Boy. Burrow straight catches two. Will they really turn this one around and look to go Epi channeled? Druid dropping pretty low, but is it going to be enough? Doesn't look like it. There's the entangle. Henkiki. Oh, is he going to be able to get away? I feel like my game just stuttered or something. Suddenly stopped taking any damage there. Now Lucky on the back foot. What the hell is going on? And now he gets entangled again. This Druid is having some nice entangles this game, and, well, he gets bailed out there.
Yeah, and the moment Furon sprouted the Darkseer there, and I thought he was going to TP right on because there was no more stuns there. But instead, he was just staying there trying to bait because he knew the Shadow Demon and Sand King was coming. He was just trying to bait for the extra 1 second, and not to mention that his mech just arrived. Special delivery. But I think they went a bit too far near the front.
Winter, I'm very worried for QMX right now because they don't have an amazing 5-man lineup. Their Sand King's quite underleveled and underfarmed. And Pacific.Neolution has the huge 5-man.
They're gonna fight.
Yep, they're gonna fight here. Oh, Rage from Lifestealer. He's gonna tank all the damage, I think. Onto the Sand King they go. No, he's just gonna burrow strike out, and the tower drops. Now Lifestealer's the one on the back foot. Will he be able to infest an ally in time? Save me, he says, save me. Mace might look to turn this around. Rage is cooling down. Where's those entangles? Not finding any just yet. Entangle. No, infest something, I mean, rather. He is going to get melded up. Is he really going to die? It looks like it. No, he turns around. He's armlet toggling for all he's worth. And now he's going back on the Darkseer, but will it be enough toggles again? Burrow straight out of the tower, he'll drop. While this was happening, it looks like QMX got trapped behind the trees. Prophet ult bounces through, brings everybody down to...
He didn't bounce on the Darkseer, he just managed to win in fog there.
Wow, what a chaotic fight. And QMX, with the mech being up on the Darkseer and not quite being up on the Prophet, are able to live through that fight. And I gotta say, Lifestealer was probably just wondering, where the hell is my team? Because he was running from everyone for like 10-12 seconds there.
You know why that was happening? Because they have no stuns. No, because they have no stuns to help him.
Winter, so what do you think? How do you feel about the state of the game right now? QMX had a pretty good fight, but I still feel like Pacific.Neolution is in a good spot.
It will come down to the mid game where it depends really on a lot because QMX has a lot of disable and they can play really aggressively to try and gank and take the Roche with the TA. And Pacific has to try to kite them around the map with their mobile heroes, mobile movement. And probably if they get more farm on the map and try to pick someone off with the next bomb, it could turn their way during the midpoint.
You know, the one thing that they
even without the stuns.
You know, the one thing they could try to do is ninja a Roche, but the problem is they don't really have the map control right now, and Keeper and AA are just so annoying to play against in that situation.
I wouldn't try if I were them because it's too risky now.
And there's so much spam. If you sit in there, you're just getting illuminated, you're getting Prophet Transfer coming in, and then he's ulting in, and AA's throwing Ice Blast out. It's something they want to do. They've got some good physical DPS, but there's just not an opening for it right now.
QMX has to establish more map control. You look at the map now; it's all Pacific's region, and QMX has to try to get the BKB up on the Chaos Line before they take the next engage because of the mid lane.
Oh, is he gonna dodge the A ult? He will do so. B-Boy actually, yeah, B-Boy surged it, but he already had a haste, so didn't really need it. Now Lucky gonna run away. B-Boy, who's actually gonna go here? And it looks like neither team is. They're gonna both back off.
Yeah, and I was talking about QMX should just try to get BKB as soon as possible on their Chaos Knight before they take the next fight. They really need him to be alive because without the BKB, he's just in so much danger when he joins the fight. He could just die basically to the AA ulti and all the spam they have, even though they don't have technically good stuns, but they can still bring him down.
I have to say, it's very impressive that Chaos Knight is still the lead farmer in this game, albeit only by 400 gold, but when we look at towers, I think it's dead even. Yeah, 3 for both teams, and he's a Chaos Knight. You'd expect a Lone Druid or a Lifestealer to be able to outfarm him, but so far he's holding his own. But like you said, it's going to be up to him in the mid game, because even a TA with a Blink, what is that really going to accomplish for you? She's still just going to get melted down in a big 5-on-5. She needs a BKB too, but she's not.
Yeah,
really
trying to ninja the Roche instead of Pacific ninjaing the Roche. The TA just blinked in like a moment ago, and they're still trying. Oh no!
Oh! Rage buyback immediately.
Oh my god!
That is just. This is like an orbital ion cannon lineup. If anyone's ever played Command & Conquer, you know what I mean. You just suddenly get from across the map, and down you go. Sandcane lurking, waiting in the wings. Here comes the Illuminate. Now Prophet in a little bit of trouble. Burrow strike down. The Lifestealer's trying to finish off Roche, and everyone's ignoring it. Nobody's even contesting this. Free Aegis for him. Now he's going to just walk away. And I think they're going to be pretty happy with how that turned out. Keeper does drop. And now Druid trying to fight. Now he can't buy an Entangle to save his life. Here comes the Burrow strike. Isolated, in trouble. Should be dropping soon. Now the Epi and the Soul Catcher to bring him down. Meanwhile,
he was so lucky. There was like 4 units there, and he casted his Soul Catcher, and the Soul Catcher landed on the hero. If it wasn't of the Soul Catcher landing on the hero, the Epi wouldn't have killed the Lone Druid fast enough, and he would have died there. He was just lucky.
I thought.
Look at his name. He's QMX lucky, and he got the Soul Catcher on the hero.
He is living a charmed life, and well, this is bottom lane. Prophet in trouble. He's gonna get vacuumed out, canceling out his TP, and now he's absolutely screwed. Just viciously executed, I must say. Meanwhile, mid lane, nice defensive disruption. Is gonna dodge a lot, but I don't think it's enough. He should be dropping here. No, he purges the Lifestealer, but he should fall to the Ice Blast. Ticking down, will explode.
Lucky, not so lucky this time.
Well, he rolled the die. I mean, that's like going all in when you just got nothing. So he had a 2 and a 3, and he went all in there, and well, he paid.
Yeah. Good news is CK has his BKB, and it's gonna be very useful for him in the next fight. And he's gonna be able to have more mobility without the lockdown from the open wound and the cold feet. I'm looking forward to the next fight when he has his BKB.
I gotta say, I really thought Neolution was, or Pacific.Neolution, was in a good position come mid-game because the Druid was getting free farm, the Lifestealer was getting free farm, Prophet was getting some levels, a lot of smoke ganks didn't work out, but it's just been QMX just superior coordination in the team fights, having more heroes at the point of attack and focusing Neolution's heroes down one by one.
They were more coordinated in defending their towers. They caught out their heroes a few times when they're trying to take the tower, and because they have no stuns, and QMX have flanking CK, they just dive in and stun you, and you basically can't defend your teammates. The only way they can defend their teammates is probably just by using the blinding light and sprout on your teammate. There's nothing else they could do. That's basically the main weakness of Pacific.Neolution's lineup. Yes, they have a pretty mobile lineup, but they have no stuns.
And we haven't seen that global option amount to anything right now, and I think one of the problems, Winter, is they don't have much vision. If you want to run a global gank strat, you need some vision, and who are you going to go on? CK with a BKB? They don't have any vision in the jungle. TA's not an easy target.
Mid lane, I thought the Prophet actually... is he gonna TP?
That would be very manly. Looks like no.
But they do have very good map control. A few minutes ago, they had vision on the Dire jungle, and they had vision in a lot of the areas, but now it's more of both wards. 2 wards on the Radiant and 2 wards on the Dire, mainly in the river area. They are both teams having a lot of focus on the river area, where most of the action would be.
Here comes Sandkane from the backside, and he is going to find a 2-hero Burrow Strike. Now Epi's, is he going to get it off? This could be huge, but he just goes onto the Disrupted hero, doesn't do much damage with that. Now Lucky trying to get away. Radiance is going to bring him down. The Druid is still healthy. There goes the wall drop. Lifestealer once again surrounded, but this time he's got an Aegis, so still alive. 4-second Chaos Bolt. Speaking of Lucky, here we go. He's going to Burrow Strike back into the fray. Chaos Knight has not used his ult. He doesn't have mana for it. Wow, that's really costing him. Imagine if he had an army of Chaos Knights right now. Instead, he's running. He's armlet toggling. Is he going to go? There's the Burrow Strike again. Sandking really turning this fight for his team. Down he'll go, but the Illuminate comes through. Wow. The tower drops to the creeps, and Lifestealer mans up, gets stunned in the face. And now Insidious C. So many armlet toggles. I think he's going to live. He will. Winter, what the hell is going on in this game? Now Keeper trying to run over.
He almost killed. Okay. We are going to have an award ceremony after this game. Who is the better armlet toggler, the CK or the Lifestealer?
I need a shower after that. God damn. That's a lot of armlet toggling. The tower was dropping in the middle of that. Wow.
And talk about luck. 2 4-second stuns on the CK there.
and he armlet toggled when he was in range of the Radiance Burn Bear, but he's just able to get it off, just by the skin of his teeth.
And not to mention the Prophet ulti that was bouncing. If he just mistimed that, even by 0.1 of a second, he would have been dead.
B-Boy, manliest Darkseer I've seen in a while, and Prophet should just start TPing right now. But he's not yet. In fact, his ally is going to come in. B-Boy, this is a long way to go as a Darkseer. There's still a mech, there's still a 12-charge wand, but here comes TA. Will this be enough pain? Now the backing back in. Ghost Scepter up on Keeper, though. So, Prophet is going to dop at the end. Now they try to hope it out here. I have no idea. That's not what I meant to say, but B-Boy trying to run away. VL chasing forward, and the Chaos Knight in trouble. We have not seen him Phantasm this game at all, I don't think. B-Boy trying to get, he gets caught by the Entangle. Lifestealer can open wounds him, but he will be able to surge out in 2 seconds. Wall is dropped.
The high ground.
And the wall just does nothing for you, like you said, against these heroes. And are they going to be able to pick him off? On the backside of play, TA finds the support, gets the Keeper. Woo! Another crazy fight. This one, 2 kills going the way of QMX.
The CK is search right now. He's running so fast. He's going in.
TA is going to check topper, and meanwhile, like you said, CK was going in, but wisely, I feel, opts to back out.
Oh no. I'm hearing a robot LD again. No, why?
Alright, Winter, call me back, buddy.
Okay.
I'll wait for you. Alright, guys, so while Winter's recalling me, looks like a slightly over a 2,000 gold lead for the Dire. They're still holding on to that lead. The next row should be coming up soon, in about 4 minutes, so pretty soon at that. Aegis is now off the board in a big experience lead, and Winter, hello. Hello, Winter.
Yeah. Yeah, you're normal again. I don't hear the robot anymore.
Why are you calling me weird? Oh, this TA, this has to be so annoying for her. Can't blink away from that Radiance Bear. Oh, blink up at the Sandkane, and he's level 12. He's got a lot of levels considering how ineffective the early roaming was. He's just had so many kills and assists in the mid game. He's really caught up.
Yeah, and he had a lot of good stuns there. He was able to stun many of the heroes during the fight, and the stun at the tower actually bailed the CK out of there. As a Sand King, some players when they play Sand King, they have too much focus on getting their epicenter out in the fight, where sometimes they... Oh, mid lane, mid lane.
Oh, TA gets caught. Is going to drop quickly. There's the entangle. Cancels the TP. I think he might have died anyway, just to the AA ult as well as the damage, but...
You know, this guy, I think he's Admiral Bulldog. His Spirit Bear is like entangling everything.
Yeah, Admiral Bulldog got nothing on this guy, and here they go, pushing down mid. Do they have him? Ooh, go. Interesting that this keeper went for the early Ghost Scepter, and not having a pipe could cost them against this smoked Blink Epi level 12 Sand King. Let's see if he can do it with the vacuum. He's channeling now. It's not the best angle, though. And he goes, I wouldn't say completely whipped, but it wasn't the best combo. Now the wall drop isn't going to be enough. Keeper's dropping low. Keeper's still alive. That Ghost Scepter was working out for him beautifully. Chaos Knight, armlet toggling, trying to go to work here. I think he's in too far. He's still chasing. Is he in too deep? He pulls in one. Still trying to go. Lone Druid dropping low. Will fall on the other side of play. Ancient Apparition just blinking away. Not really doing too much damage. Now it's Lifestealer's turn to be kited and in trouble. And the Chaos Knight illusions are doing work.
I have to say, Chaos Knight Armlet Toggle better than the Lifestealer there.
He gets the gold badge, and now Ancient Apparition. This Sand King having a blink is such trouble for them now. Because if they don't have a perfect fight, they just get picked apart.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the point where you mentioned to keep off the light, he opted to the Ghost Scepter, but when you look at the heroes of QMX, so much physical damage coming from the TA and the CK, he's just so worried about it that he just skipped his mech. And actually Fury, Nature's Prophet has the mech.
Yeah, for me it's also, I mean that was a bad epicenter, that wasn't a good combo. If he had landed that and they don't have a pipe, they're in a lot of trouble. But...
I think it was because mainly, in my opinion, it was miscommunication, because right at the moment when the Sand King blinked in and Burrow Strike the Nature's Prophet, the vacuum just came out like half a second after that. Probably they were just like, okay, go, 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 then Sand King is like, maybe like, wait, I need a better timing, then Darkseer's like rushing into things and they got a 0.5 of a second off the combo, and in the end the Sand King only got the Nature's Prophet.
Look at this smoke, they just smoked at the throne and they still have their racks up. A very defensive smoke.
What's going on? They think they're going Roshan. They just used the ultimate.
I don't think
they didn't time the rush.
I don't think they timed it, yeah. It looks like they missed that. Blow the AA ult, which is actually pretty important for them, I would say, in these fights, as a finisher. And TA gets another haste.
I want to say something as well. At the start of the game, when Lone Druid got his Glove of Haste, we thought he was going for Maelstrom. He actually changed his mind. During the mid game, he got the Radiance instead.
The problem for me is that this isn't, they're not really playing it like a Radiance Lone Druid. They haven't really been split pushing, they've been 5-manning, and honestly, by the time they started 5-manning, CK had a BKB already, TA was pretty tanky.
Look at the Lifestealer, he got a Desolator. They don't have stuns, he should be getting locked down like Abyssal. He's getting more damage and armor reduction, which, to be honest, doesn't really give too much to his team right now. The Furion going for Mecha, which means his side of Vice will be delayed, and they really need it so badly because they have no stuns.
I mean, at this point, it looks to me, it could be a Force Staff from the Prophet. I wonder if he's thinking about a Necro Book, because I feel like they might be better off just playing defensively, turtling, and going for the split push, rather than trying to take fights.
Roshan is going down very fast.
I mean, what do you think? Honestly, I don't feel Pacific.Neolution can take a fight anymore. I think they just have to split push and farm.
Yeah, they went for a draft that was risky, without much stuns, and the draft requires them to be very coordinated at split pushing everywhere, and they have to force QMX to be defending the lanes and trying to pick off with the next bombing the Furion or the Keeper of the Lights ultimate to recall someone. But they're not doing it. They're just going into fight after fight against QMX. Heavy fight-oriented lineup, and they're just paying for it.
Well, I gotta say, this was not the game plan. 5 Hero City in the base when they have the mass global gank lineup. Not ideal.
Yeah, really apart from the few times where they got off a combination from the AA ultimate and the Furion ultimate, nothing really went well for them.
I wonder how different it might have been had they gone for something like Alina instead of going all sort of, you know, not all in, but for the very gimmicky global strat, getting some sort of reliable combo.
It was just greedy by them. They wanted so much global. Look at this.
Oh, Prophet is going to
Look
be
at
recalled, but it's canceled by the Burrow Strike, and now he's in trouble. Oh, I think he's... Oh, the vacuum whiffs. He could try and teleport out. He will do so now. It's too late. Down he goes.
Another 4 seconds stun. Another 4 seconds stun.
And the Burrow Strike.
Lucky is,
Why not?
Yeah, Lucky is giving him a lot of charm in the stun seconds.
He's using up his luck now, though. He needs to save it for the big clashes. Lucky, you must be careful.
Yeah, he can't afford to use out all his luck. He needs to save some for the later part of the game.
Oh, this is a big pickup from TA. Gets the Manta style, which means she's now really doesn't care about getting open wounds, does not care about getting tangled too much, and also has the Aegis, so we could see TA jumping in first and then the CK easily follow up and pipe up a Darkseer. I gotta say, QMX might be in position to start thinking about high ground here. All the outer towers down, Aegis up on them. It's a good situation for them.
They have Mag and Pipe, they can just take fights right now, head on. They don't have to be worried about the spell combination of the AA and the Furen. And the Manta style is very good pickup for the TA because it enables him to dodge the entangle like you mentioned before and also potentially come out from the bottom lane. Wait, I have to wait.
His BK is gonna rage up. Can they bring him?
Oh no, that was close.
Even normally that rage TP is just like an auto escape mechanism for.
They have 5 heroes there, LD. 5 heroes just to take it up.
In most situations, unless there's a mag or some sort of roar or something that goes through BKB, you could just rage and TP out. That was just raw physical damage to bring him down there.
Yeah, that's
scary.
why I was talking about the Keeper of Light being so worried that he got the Ghost Scepter first. And I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, okay, the A is going down.
Oh, A gets picked off. That's a drive-by.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised even the Lone Jude gets a Ghost Scepter next. He's just so vulnerable to the CK's rarity with his Phantasm.
The problem is, Chaos Knight uses his ult maybe a little bit early, but he's gonna pop it now, and they're gonna start to go to work on the tower. Good stalling tactics here.
He has the Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah, he's got evasion on all those illusions. Just tankier and tankier, this guy. Army of Knights, chopping away. What can they really do here? And Rex is gonna fall, it looks like, unopposed, Winter.
They can't fight.
But can they afford not to fight? It's a lose-lose, at least that's how it feels right now. They haven't gotten the reactions yet, though. In comes the CK, Burrow striking on the bear. That's their big stun down the drain, and now TA gets caught. Remember, she's got the Aegis. Chaos Knight, BKB's just to try.
Epicenter.
Epi comes in into the vacuum, into a world of trouble. Wombo combo indeed. Now Lifestealer gonna fall. And TA gets entangled, still trucking. Wow.
Oh, poor tanking.
That was the combo that you wanted to see earlier, Winter. I must say.
Yeah.
That was really well executed.
Died for his efforts to the Illuminate.
Filthy. Absolutely filthy. And it looks like they needed it. I thought they would have an easier time in that fight, but they needed that perfect combo or they wouldn't have gotten Rax. Now B-Boy gets Mono Leak. That's the counter to Surge. Now he's in trouble. Can they find the entangle here? Illuminate not really channeled for very long. He's still alive. He's still trucking. Doesn't... One more
smart sticks for the Surge.
Yeah, but if he stops the Surge, he's gonna die to the Radiance Burn, I think. Just...
Oh, no. Not his day.
This game, man, it's coming down to just...
Yeah.
Those split seconds.
The reason why they was waiting there because they were just waiting. They knew they needed all the heroes back up and they were waiting for the AA because they needed the Ice Blast to deal a lot of damage in the fight. And interestingly, I forgot to mention about the recent patches where they changed how the Chilling Touch works. It's actually more worth to take this Chilling Touch now as compared to before where players just skip it for stats because it's very useless.
Yeah, it used to just be such a useless ability because it slowed your attack speed a lot, and I mean, you didn't find too many openings with it, but it's a decent skill now still. I feel like at this game it just doesn't offer you that much because you're up against, I mean, it's magical damage, right? So it doesn't really help you against a hero that's got BKB, like the Chaos Knight. Yeah. The TA doesn't have one. I'm actually surprised she doesn't because BKB would make her borderline immortal unless the Lifestealer is hitting her.
I think he doesn't really need it. He can go for more risky play by getting more damage. Right now, maybe a Desolator or even a Crystallis because there's basically no lockdown from Neolution, and BKB doesn't really help him too much. It just helps him against the Cold Feet and the Illuminate. I think he should be going for more dangerous build, like getting more damage instead of the BKB.
Winter, you do not see this very often. A lone druid with a radiance getting out farmed, out CS'd by a Chaos Knight. Wow.
A Chaos Knight of all heroes.
9 to a 9. We both, I think, were questioning a little bit why he wasn't coming to the fights, but it has worked out for them.
Yeah, but it generally, like you said, it doesn't happen too often because when you're on Chaos Knight, you want to join and be active in fights because that's how the hero works. He's just so good at the early fights because of being so tanky, and he has a very good... What just happened?
Okay, Chaos Knight tried to blink dodge the AA ultimate, but does get caught by it, clip by it rather, and now the Prophet ult bouncing through, doing some good damage. He gets cold feeded up and Monolink rather. In comes TA though. This was a big mistake chasing that far. It looks like Prophet's gonna pay. Here comes the Justice, here comes the Templar Assassin, and she is just slicing and dicing. Here we go, the Psyblade's doing work. One more meld crit.
Top lane.
Yeah, top lane. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight on a rampage just wants the tower. Gets the Rax, he's gonna find it. More Knights, why the hell not? And the question is, can he get the Rax or can he get the kill? Can he get something? Stuns the bear. I think he wanted to stun the hero. And he'll pay for that. Darkseer will drop now as well. Vacuums, but this doesn't accomplish much. Wow, they defend, but here comes Dan, and Dan all of a sudden, the triple carries, or the double carries rather, just doing work.
Psyblades almost killed the lone druid, but I think he's still gonna die.
Oh, wow. That's basically an ultra kill for Dan. I remember they dual laned him. He was not having a good time.
Yeah, he almost pulled off a Ferrari. Remember, is it Ferrari where he killed the Broodmother
with the splash?
Yeah. Yeah, he almost did that to the lone druid.
It's actually an LD. If you check out my YouTube channel, there's a clip of a similarly amazing play. No, not really. But yeah, killing it with the splash. I think that's the most impressive thing I've ever seen in a game of Dota.
GG.
And I mean, yeah, how do you come back?
It's very hard for them to come back right now. It's just...
They have a global gank lineup, but they can't really kill anyone.
They're just gonna wait for the next Roche, take the Roche, and just barge in as 5 heroes into the mid lane with the CK and the Templar Assassin. They're just doing so much damage, and he has another 1.5k. I think he's just gonna go for even more damage because they just can't kill him without stuns. He's just like walking around now striking everyone because there's no stuns. He's just not afraid at all.
How ironic is it that we were questioning if QMX had enough stuns, and then in the end it turns out lack of stuns may be the downfall of Pacific.Neolution. Oh boy.
He just got the Chrysalis.
I have to say, in Southeast Asian Dota, stuns are generally king. I feel like 80% of the time the team with more stuns wins, unless they're just far less skilled.
You know, I want to say something about this.
Yeah.
When I was playing with N9, they always complain, Winter, you need to draft more stuns. Vacuum and Shuriken Toss are not stuns. Okay, guys. I'll do it.
Alright.
Because I'm telling them, Vacuum is a stun, Shuriken Toss is a stun, mini stun, and Mama Lick is a stun. You have 3 stuns.
See, you're what we call... Oh, Epi is gonna be going in, and Burrow straight catches 2. Lifestealer did not rage in time. Now he might even drop. He will infest. He'll be okay. Backs off though, and with that Epi down, can they go mid? Can they get this third lane of Rax? It should be relatively easy.
Yeah.
In comes TA. In comes TA. She doesn't give 2 hoots. Looking for the meld crit, not gonna find it. Actually gets entangled, and no Mansa because she already blew it. She's gonna die, but can they deal with the Chaos Knight? It doesn't look like it. Maybe they can actually. Maybe they can. There's the ultimate, but running the illusions away, not fighting with them. Not the best micro from him. Is he gonna go in? Is he gonna run? Make up your mind, man. Make up your mind, and it looks like he does finally. The Sand King. I gotta say, this Sand King has had a very impressive game.
He had moments where he made some questionable decisions, like epicentering into the disrupted hero and not going on to the rest of the targets, but at moments he has been brilliant for his team. In the fights he used... Wait, there's a fight now. I'm just gonna...
They actually haven't gotten the Rex yet. Dan is here. Dan looks like he brought back for this. Can he find a kill? Lennonmon, but a 4-step to the high ground. Nice little play from him. Insidious C looking for the vision. The trap didn't quite give it there, so he will be able to get
They had vision, they had Shadow Poison on the Furen, but they just didn't have a stun.
I thought that, going back in on the life, so he doesn't have his ultimate, but he does get the bash of his life. Maybe not enough though. This really is a Ferrari TA, just racing around, picking everybody off.
Look at him, he just doesn't care.
He's just getting first-staffed around like a stuffed...
No, it was actually Furen trying to fast-staff his teammate, but he misclicked and fast-staffed the Lanaya instead.
Ultra kill for Dan. Wow. this is what happens apparently when you dual lane Dan mid and completely shut him down. He still dropped 17, 6, and 12 on you. QMX runs away with this one, and it looked good for Pacific.Neolution for the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was mentioning before where we were talking about the Sand King. He was playing amazing during all the fights. And it came down to the point where I was talking about before. When you play a Sand King, you can't focus too much on all the fight where okay, I want to land a good epicenter. I want to land a good epicenter. His bread and butter is actually his power strike. If you're able to land a good power strike on 2 or 3 heroes in the fight, or use it at the appropriate timing, it's still a 1 fight. You shouldn't just focus on, okay, I need to land my epicenter, and it shouldn't be that mindset all the time.
Winter, this is my favorite part of Dota. It's called 4 staff wars, and it's what happens when the throne's about to die. Both teams have 4 staffs. The Dire want to 4 staff the Radiant out of the fountain, the Radiant want to 4 staff them in.
And you know who are the best 4-star players in the world?
Pinoy's?
Yeah.
It's the reason that that's the case is because Pinoy's never GG. They just never GG until the base is dead. So there's always fountain camping because the game just doesn't end until the throne dies.
Never say die attitude, LD. Never say die.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, I love it personally. I mean, I've cast some Dota 1 games where there's like 15, 20 minutes of fountain camping at least. Well, Winter, a sloppy game to some extent for both teams, but I gotta say, I feel like we've seen some potential for both of these teams. Much more back and forth than the earlier game.
Yeah, they pulled it back again together after the sloppy start where they wasted a few smokes, but the excellent warding that you mentioned before, all the wards in front of the tower and in between the Tier 1 tower and the Tier 2 tower, gave them a lot of vision and helped them a lot in the decision making where to gank and where is the position of the heroes. And a lot of questionable item choices from Pacific.Neolution, especially that they don't get a Sight of Vice on the Fury when they have no stuns, and they can't really just kill anyone. They just have to wait for the root to hit every time the bear is hitting someone.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Winter. No stuns, no win. That's Sand King. I mean, even if he did have the best epis, just having that big AoE stun, it felt like it did make the difference in the fights. I'm LD. Facebook, twitter.com/LDDota. He's Winter, twitter.com/DotaWinter, facebook.com/winter.dota. And you should definitely follow him. Guys, this is the Southeast Asian League qualifier number 2, and we're not done yet. We have more games coming up. By the time today is done, 1 more team will have qualified, and by the time tomorrow is done, we'll know who the final team in the main event is. Stay tuned. More action coming your way soon.